Hello, my birdies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin, and this is Robin's Reading Nest. Before we start today's video, I would like to wish you all a Happy New Year. I hope that you guys were able to rest, spend time with family, and to pour into yourselves this past holiday season. In today's video, I will discuss my 2025 reading goals and compare a few of them to 2024. I'm pulling everything straight from the Storygraph because we love data and vibes over here. Before we start, quick reminder, reading stats are not a competition. Whether you read 5 books or 500, you are still a real reader. This video is about reflection, patterns, and celebrating progress. So, why the Storygraph? I use the Storygraph because it actually tells me how I read, not just how much. So this video is less about flexing numbers and more about patterns, moods, and growth as a reader. According to Storygraph, in 2025, I read 70 books, 20,376 pages, and spent 10 hours, 11 minutes, and 34 seconds with audiobooks. Compared to 2024, that's actually up. And it honestly makes sense because my original goal for 2024 was 65 books, but I read 69. For 2025, I had set a goal of 70 books. As far as pages, I read 20,678 pages in 2024. So it was down this year, but only because some books had fewer pages. And for 2024, my audiobook total was 15 hours and 56 minutes. Let's talk formats because this really shows how I was reading this year. As far as physical books, there were 8. These included books from my own shelf and books from my local library. Next up were ebooks, which was 43. My ebooks were split across apps Hoopla, Libby, Kindle, and Palace. I read my ebooks on my iPad. I'm still deciding if I should get a Kindle. I have an 11-inch iPad Pro, and depending on the purse or the tote that I carry, I can take it anywhere. But I also feel like a Kindle would be even easier to tote. What do you think? Should I become a Kindle girly? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know your suggestions for the best Kindle. And finally, my audiobooks total was 19. I went to YouTube for a lot of my audiobooks. There are some indie authors who post their books exclusively on YouTube. Audiobooks were a lifesaver, especially when winding down at the end of the day and for completing my reading goal. Let's talk genres and moods. This is where Storygraph really shines. My most read genres for 2025 were thriller, romance, and mystery. Mood-wise, I clearly gravitated toward books that were mysterious, emotional, and dark, which is no surprise because I'm drawn to suspenseful thrillers. These included books from Tara Moody, Karen Slaughter, Frida McFadden, and S.A. Cosby. Storygraph also tracks pacing and book length, which is always exciting to see. My most read pacing is medium. I really can't do a slow paced book. Slow burns are the worst. I have to have action to keep the story moving. As far as length, I prefer medium length books. So that's around the 300 to 500 page mark. This explains why I struggle with 1,000+ page books. At some point, my attention span will wander. I will put the book down, pick it back up, put it back down, and I will eventually end up DNFing the book. Some standout reads from 2025 include my favorite standalone, which was King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. Hands down, I love, 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 love S.A. Cosby. I am excited for whatever he's going to release next because I know that with each book he gets better and better. My favorite series was this Poison Heart series. This is what got me into fantasy books this year. This series has a Greek mythology theme and has a black female lead who has magical powers that can control plants. My biggest surprise was the Blood at the Root series, which in turn has me now reading the Legend Born cycle. Both series are about young black characters who discover their powers while attending college. If you haven't started them, please add them to your TBR ASAP. My most emotional read for 2025 was Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. This is another one that you need to add to your TBR. It deals with grief and guilt and how it individually affects parents and siblings. I didn't DNF any books this year, and I feel we as readers should no longer force ourselves to finish books that don't serve us. We should respect our time and sanity and DNF without guilt or shame. This year taught me that I'm a reader who enjoys discovering new authors and genres. I learned that my reading life shifts with my real life, and that's okay. As some of you know, I lost my dad May of 2025, and for a minute, reading was thrown to the wayside. It took me a minute to get back into it, but after discovering new authors Joelle Wellington, Kaylin Barron, and Tracy Dion, I'm back on track. Going into this reading year, I want to read more fantasy by Black authors. If you too would like more Black fantasy, check out sistersci-fi.com for a wonderful list of authors and their books. It's refreshing to see ourselves represented in this genre. I will link the website in the description box below. Second, I plan to support more Black, indie, and marginalized authors. I have already found a few on my Kindle app. Next, I also want to read more nonfiction. This includes memoirs and essays. And lastly, I want to let reading stay fun and not forced. It's not a competition, and I don't have to compete with anyone but myself. All right, you guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite read of the year? What kind of reader were you in 2025? And what did your stats say about you? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and also share this video with your bookish bestie. You can follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and the Storygraph at Robin's Reading Nest. Thank you for visiting Robin's Reading Nest, where birds of a feather read together, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.